What is good with y'all, man? So today I'm gonna be doing my very own team honors for my team. You guys know how the NFL honors, they give out the MVP award, Rookie of the Year, awards like that. Basically, I'm gonna be doing that for my team because I mean we're pretty much at the end of the year in Madden. We're at a point where we're getting content 2 days a week. And you know what I mean? There's just not really a lot happening with the game. I usually try to, I would say I usually try to do this. Is my first time ever doing this, but this is something I want to do with Madden going forward. When the game is pretty much at a point where it's just dead. The game is dead, so we're going to give out awards like MVP, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, and things like that. So let's go ahead and give out some awards. Our first award, we got Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm gonna have to give this to Mike Wallace. Now you're probably thinking, well, he's not actually a rookie. Basically, how a rookie on my team works is just somebody. It's the first time I've ever used them in Madden, so I've never used Mike Wallace in Madden before. This is the first time I ever used him. I don't know if he's ever really gotten a card before, probably back in the day in the past, but not recently or anything. He's easily my Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, if you guys remember when he was on the team, his nickname was really unpressable because you couldn't press the man. And I just remember I used him for a very long time. Never got another card, sadly. This was his highest overall card, his 93 Team of the Week. It was great when it came out, too. It was ahead of his time, AP-wise. He was just great, man. And it sucks he never got another card because I would have had no choice but to pick it up. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I gotta go with James Bradberry. Now, I know, surprise, I've never used James Bradberry in any Madden before. This was the first Madden I ever used him, and he was great. I mean, if you go back to the beginning of the year, you guys remember us Eagles fans, at least. Well, I guess Giants fans too, or I think I don't know if he played for other teams, but remember the beginning of the year, we had to play house rules just to get his I think it was like an 88, 89 overall card, and it was the only way to get the card. You had to play house rules. The house rules was glitched. It wasn't even giving it to people. It was a whole mess. And then the guy literally didn't get a card for the rest of the year, all the way until this card right here, the Super Bowl card, which this card was amazing. If you got like an Eagles theme team or whatever the other teams he's played for, like honestly, I truly do think you could easily still use this card. He's very good. If you got the right strat cards and stuff, of course. He's great, and this was an easy choice for me. There was a couple other guys, but Bradbury was easy. Rookie of the Year, so this is like the best out of the rookies between offense and defense, just the straight up Rookie of the Year. I gotta go with Seth Joyner, another guy that I can't believe has still never gotten another card. I remember, you know, like I want to say this might have been the card that really just kind of put me on the linebacker, Seth Joyner, to be honest with you. I remember he got the card early in the year, and I could be wrong, but I think he might have really been the guy to put me onto them. Like, I used him, like, and I mean, I used this guy for a while. If you guys remember, I used Seth Joyner for a very long time, and I was really hoping he'd either get a golden ticket, maybe an Ultimate Legend. Still hasn't happened yet, man. But this Seth Joyner card, now, to be fair, I guess technically I used him in, I didn't use him in Madden 21. If you guys remember, he got a card in Madden 21, and he was on my team, but he never actually hit the field, so I would still consider him a rookie just because it's the first time I actually used him. And I'll tell you what, I need him in Maddens going forward because this guy's a user demon. This next award is Special Teams Player of the Year. Obviously, I kind of had to add some of my own awards, not rewards, because you know we can't give out a Man of the Year award. How the hell are we gonna give out a Man of the Year award, right? But Special Teams Player of the Year, I'm gonna have to give this to Chris Carter's cornerback card. And most of the year, my special teams has sucked because most of the year, most of my backups were like goals and stuff because I don't ever switch them out, you know what I mean? I don't really care to, but, you know, now we're at a point where guys are sitting on a lot of coins, and now some of our backups could be guys that could be starting. And this Chris Carter cornerback card, you know, with this 0 AP enforcer, I kick to the fullback a lot, so he's just flying down there, hit sticking guys and causing fumbles, and, you know, he creates turnovers. He is very good, so because of that, he's a Special Teams Player of the Year. An honorable mention, I could say, is Brian Dawkins. He's also very good down there on special teams. But the reason why Carter is so good because it's usually, at least for me on my kickoff team, the cornerback is the guy getting down there the fastest. And like I said, with this enforcer, he causes havoc. This next award is Worst Player of the Year award. Another award that I've created. And this one's pretty easy for me. It's going to Rob Gronkowski. And there's a couple reasons why. The first reason why, I was so excited to see that, you know, what this was season 3. Season 3, we're going to get a tight end against all team chems. You guys know I love tight ends. It's Rob Gronkowski. It's a big body. I know he's got some run blocking. I'm like, this is going to be a great card. Finally grinded for, because I got him quick, so I'm not going to lie. I was grinding that season like crazy. I finally ended up getting him, and he sucked. Like, he just genuinely sucked. Now, I do still have him as a third tight end, was short in the league just for depth, but he doesn't really get on the field, and it's just like his play on the field was just atrocious, man. As a pass catcher, it's just, he might have the record for the most wide open drops in a game. I think it was like 4. It was insane, man. This guy set some terrible records, and he is the worst player that I used this year. Most improved player of the year reward, or you could say comeback player of the year. This is an easy one. This was easy for me. It's got to go to Mike Vick. If you guys remember in Madden 22, Michael Vick's quarterback card just wasn't, you know, his release wasn't very good. So, nobody really wanted to use him. And then he had the running back card, which is really good. So it's like, might as well use that because his quarterback card just wasn't very good the whole year. This year, though, I'll be honest, me personally at least, I used Mike Vick almost the whole year. I remember his legend card came out September 10th. I don't even remember the dates because I remember we were like tracking to see how long I was going to use him. And I remember I used that card. Then he got the Blitz card November, and I was still using him. So then I used his Blitz card. I think I stopped using him, I want to say in January. It was about, I want to say like a week or two before the Jalen Hurts came out, because then I used Cunningham. I don't even think I used Cunningham for a whole week because I found it, because I didn't even switch to Cunningham recently. I still used Vick. Like, I might have only used Cunningham for like 7-8 days. Then Jalen Hurts came out. And then obviously I used Jalen Hurts for, I would say, a hot minute. And I'm back on Vick. Like, I've used Vick literally the whole year. And that's just that. I'm a big Mike Vick fan, man. He's my favorite player all time. And, he got a card that was, I'm not the biggest fan of Slinger 1 release on this card. I would have definitely rather him have Gen 3 still. But, you know what it is. I could deal with it. And Mike Vick is just, he's a guy I always want a quarterback, man. So to have him at quarterback almost the whole year this year, that's what I want. Like, I don't really want to use anybody else except for Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. Those are like some of my favorite QBs. But most improved player of the year, Mike Vick. Defensive player of the year has got to go to HAASON Reddick. This one was tough because, Brian Dawkins was definitely a candidate because I used him for so long this year and he was so good. But I think I got to give it to HAASON Reddick, though, because anytime HAASON Reddick was on my field, going back to the beginning of the year, his core elite. Then I remember he got, what was the 88, 89 overall card. That card was great. His playoff card is great. His team of the year card is great. Every card HAASON Reddick has had has been great, and I've loved all of them. And because of that, I got to give him defensive player of the year. He gets sacks, especially for the way I run my defense. A lot of times I see the fast guy to run in free, and we got the right guy in him. And, he just beats us one-on-one. He's just a good card, man. HAASON Reddick is definitely going to be a staple for my defense going forward in Madden because, he just gets to the quarterback. Offensive player of the year is going to go to Zach Ertz. This one, a lot of different names. Jalen Hurts, Zach Ertz, Carmichael. There was definitely a lot of different names. I could honestly even throw Fridge in there just because the amount of touchdowns that guy has accumulated for me, which I still use him, by the way. Like, there's a lot of different names. But I went with Zach Ertz because out of any player I've used this year, this guy made all the catches. He was spectacular after the catch. He broke tackles, and the guy just made plays. And obviously, I used him, I would say definitely a majority this year. I remember using him to start the game. He had the 84 team butter, and that card, that card was amazing. Like, he broke almost every tackle. Then he got that team of the week card, and I used that card for an eternity. Honestly, still kind of want to use it, but now we have tight ends, but you know what I mean. The Zach Ertz is just really good. I was hoping maybe he would get a golden ticket. Doesn't look like he's going to get one, but hopefully Zach Ertz to start Madden 24 can get a card, like a decent card to start the year because, Big Zach is, he's a monster. MVP award is going to Keith Byars, and that unanimously, and I mean unanimously. Keith Byars is the MVP, and I'm going to just show you guys, I'm not even going to do a lot of talking. I'm going to show you guys my stats of Keith Byars. I've played 1,300 games with him, and this is the original card that I actually, got with him. Like, I've never gotten rid of him or anything. Like, he's been my guy. 1,361. That's a lot of games, man. That is a lot of games played. Rushing yards, this man has 7,500 attempts for 44,738 yards. 405 rushing touchdowns. 37 fumbles on 7,500 attempts. That's not too bad. His longest run from him was a 94-yard run. He's a monster, man. Receiving yards, it gets even better. He's got 1,500 catches for 16,335 yards, 106 touchdowns, and his longest catch is a 99-yard one. So yeah, he's amazing. So total, he has about 500 and what is that? 511, 512, 500 plus touchdowns. The guy's got literally, what is that? 60,000 yards. I mean, I don't know if anybody has any stats on one singular player that could compete with this, but Keith BYARS, man, MVP, best card that I've used this year. At first, didn't even know who the guy was. I ended up watching this. He's so good at Madden. We had to watch the football highlights. Realized he was a monster in football, and I would like to see him and LeGarrette Blount in the backfield of Madden 24. Get those two guys together. Oh my God, that'd be a dream come true. Keith BYARS is receiving back, LeGarrette Blount as the running back. Oh my. That is pretty much it though, boys. That is my team honors of the year. Those are the guys that I just want to give, you know, a kudos to. Other guys, honorable mentions. Brian Dawkins for sure. Give some shout outs to him. Jalen Hurts, Harold Carmichael, Dallas Goedert, Travis Kelce. You know, guys like that I want to give shout outs to. Travis Kelce for sure, because Travis Kelce was another high candidate, by the way, for Offensive Player of the Year with Zach Ertz. I gave Zach Ertz a little bit of the edge just because, you know, I have those memories of Zach Ertz in the beginning of the year as well, where he just kind of bailed me out a lot. So that's because it was close though. Travis Kelce almost won it, but shout out to those guys. Let me know down in the comments, who are your guys' MVP of the year, your Defensive Player of the Year? Let me hear some of your guys' team honors of the years, man. I want to see what some of you guys, because obviously everyone's is probably going to be for sure different. We use different lineups and, you know, things like that. So let me know down in the comments, but that is pretty much going to do it though, boys. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'm out.